course, by now we're all aware that New York City, well, the rent is just too darn high. That's why people in some rent-stabilized apartments were so suspicious about a fire in their building. The repairs are taking forever. Mickey Hickey is in the East Village tonight trying to get some answers for them.
Good evening to you, Shirley and Corey. It's such a New York story. A fire destroys an apartment building of rent-stabilized apartments in a trendy neighborhood, and now the landlord is not moving quickly to make any repairs.
I love my apartment. It was my home. It was the only consistent thing in my life for 27 years in New York as a freelancer.
Since 1996, Lucy Payne has been living in a rent-stabilized 3-bedroom apartment for $2,000 a month on Avenue D near East Houston until last September. That's when a 2-alarm fire that's believed to have started in the Chinese restaurant's kitchen raced through the 6-story building, damaging all the apartments. The City Department of Buildings issued a vacate order until the repairs were made, but after 8 months, according to the tenants, no work has been done.
The landlord originally told us 6 months, and obviously that's not the case. You know, our apartments are in great condition. It's mostly the windows, you know, the downstairs. It could be fixed very easily. There was no structural damage.
3 tenants have hired a lawyer from Mobilization for Justice to take the landlord to housing court to make the necessary repairs so they can move back home.
Apparently he's just dragging his feet, and you know, unfortunately it takes bringing a lawsuit against him to do anything about it, because only 4 out of the 16 units were occupied at the time of the fire, and 3 out of the 4 units were rent stabilized. So you could say that he doesn't have as strong of an incentive to get repairs going.
The past 8 months have been particularly hard for single mother Carol Yoon and her 11-year-old son. It's been an entire school year that he hasn't lived at home.
The landlords have been completely radio silent about it. You know, we're not getting any updates. At the very beginning, after the fire was over, he said, we asked him, you know, so what's the timeline? It's like, I don't know, it could be a couple months, it could be years.
Pix 11 called the landlord, Gregorio Nunez, and asked when will the repairs be made. When he heard it was Pix 11, he said no, 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 and hung up. The tenants will be back in court on Monday. We're in the East Village. McGee Hickey, Pix 11 News.